Claudio is another character that's more complex than he seems to be. He's Isabella's roue brother. Well, roue to the degree that she's got his girlfriend pregnant, but this is in a world where sex is illegal, extramarital sex is illegal. And he's hanging out with the very dubious Lucio, who's a friend of his, who's described as a fantastic gentleman. We can interpret that in all sorts of ways. But in a way, he's a very human character. He goes along with Isabella's principles about how it would be dreadful for her to give up her virginity just to save his life. And he goes along with her, and then comes out with a heartbreaking line, "Sweet sister, let me live." And there's one of the greatest moments in Shakespeare, and then she turns on him and exits to the line, "'Twere best thou diest quickly." And we see all of her Christian love disappear in the face of his desperate need to live and to survive. But he's very interesting because he is so raw like that, and because his carnality sort of destroys him in the eyes of the law, but to me, in a way, his carnality kind of saves him. It saves him from the mad posturing of people who pretend that we aren't animals, that we are completely spiritual beings. We have to realise that we are both. And he seems to be one of the few people in the protagonists in the play who don't have this disorder, this derangement, that somehow their spiritual aspects can be made independent and fly away and rule everything. So he doesn't get caught up in spiritual theory. He just wants to live. And that's wholly admirable, I think. And he's a very, very vital character. And he's very much part of the play. He's also the victim of the most terrible scene in which the Duke, while pretending to give him absolution, dressed as a friar, tells him there's no point to live, and does this speech that begins, "Be absolute for death." And it's a list of all the reasons why you're better off dead. And it's as obscene a piece of writing as you can find, really. It's to actually list all the reasons why you're better off dead is as kind of corrupting as you can get, really. And that happens in this very shocking play.